My name's Duddits. I've got a big dirty build for you today with the Vesper of Radius to get shockwaves, but we're going to add things in like Weaver's Call for Threadlings, Weakening, Helion for Scorch. So we're going to get loads of debuffs and there's more. Keep watching this. We're going to be adding Bolt Charge to this as well with the dungeon gear set. You can literally have 3 rifts down at a time. So shockwaves from Vesper, Weakening, Scorch, Threadlings, and Bolt Charge. Man, this is an absolute joke. As always, I'm going to break it down. Vesper of Radius, rifts periodically release arc shockwaves. Final blows with these shockwaves create an arc explosion. While an arc super is equipped, they're blind as well. We're not too worried about that. If I'm honest, we're going to be using it for DPS, so you don't have to worry about the blind. Although the shockwaves are very nice, you'll see there. Every like 5.5, 6 seconds, you're going to get a little shockwave that damages a target. It's like so. Add in a big purple bollock like the Vortex Grenade. Add in the Facet of Dominance to make your purple Void Ball weaken. So you're going to get weakening 50% extra damage, which is obviously going to improve your Vesper's shockwave. Just a little simple thing, extra 50% damage for your shockwaves. Pretty nifty. Then we're going to go to the old Praxic Blade, the old lightsaber, add in your Impact Core, because when we've got an Arc Super, it's going to grant Bolt Charge on melee hits. So now we're going to get Bolt Charge, basically. So in the very next clip, you're going to see me stacking up my Bolt Charge. Now the Bolt Charge will disperse through your lightsaber, but it will also disperse through your Shockwave Rift via Vespers as well. I've just got a little clip of that to show you now. So you're going to get bolt charges just going off randomly, either from your blade or from your rift. Add in the new gear set from the dungeon. The 2-piece and the 4-piece both give you benefits towards your class ability, damage and grenade recharge. But the 4-piece is where it's at, because whenever you block for a short period of time, it's like 2 or 3 seconds, you're going to get massive like grenade and class ability recharge rate. Just watch my class ability here. It does the same for the grenade as well. Look at the state of that class ability coming back. That's a joke. And obviously with Vespers, that is going to work perfectly, because you're going to be able to double, triple rift at a time. So just going to break it down. Vortex Grenade to add the weakening on top of that, like we've touched on already. And then because we're on Prismatic, we're going to run Weaver's Call to disperse Threadlings, and you're going to disperse Threadlings on damage as well. Helion for Scorch, which is crazy. Stack that with your grenade damage. You've got all these things going on, and your Bolt Charge, and your Sage Armor from the dungeon, and you can literally just keep spamming your Rifts, your Helion, your Threadlings, your Bolt Charge going off left, right, and centre, and your Weakening, all working together. I absolutely love stuff like this. We ain't even got into the Prismatic yet, so stay with me, and some other supers. This is just absolutely nuts. Just look at the state of that. There's just yellow numbers and Bolt Charge flying everywhere. That weakening is very, very nice on top of it as well. And like I said, you're going to get all sorts of different buffs and debuffs going on. Absolutely nuts. You could also use this for like ad clearance as well if you wanted to, but I really think it's really good for damage, because it's literally free damage from your shockwaves. From your Vesper of Radius. So, yep, really, really good. I've got a couple of other options to show as well. Obviously, now the Prismatic, you can always just add that onto your loop as well. And, of course, your grenade is going to apply weakening, because it has got the Facet of Dominance on that Prismatic grenade as well. And your Rift comes back even quicker with Prismatic, so it's even more spamming. The little cycle I found is get your Sage Armor bonus up. And then you can do 2 sort of like combos, do light, heavy times 2, and you need to block and proc it again, and then you can just keep looping all of the time. Now, supers, this is where it gets slightly interesting. So with the Impact Core, for example, you can apply Scorch and Weaken and Slow and Sever, depending on your super equipped. Like I said, you're going to apply all different types of debuffs. Now, if you go to Void, for example, you're going to have a nice Nova Bomb for damage, and you're going to be able to apply Weakening on that blade. But we are running a Weakening Grenade, so that's up to you. Song of Flame is also a very obvious one. However, there is a sort of a slight problem with Song of Flame. You lose out on that Weakening Grenade, because it just takes over with that Scorch Grenade there on your left. And again, you get your rifts back absolutely fast once you've got Song of Flame on. It's so fast, guys. So you don't actually need to do that combo. So for me, I personally like the Arc, but there might be some other things you can do with Solar, Void, and Strand and things like that. But just having like infinite threadlings from the Weaver's Call, your Weakening, and Scorch, and everything in your bolt charge just works perfectly. I've got a couple of other slight modifications to the mods that will help the situation out. You've got Dynamo. You're going to use this quite a lot, obviously. You're going to get loads of super back from your rifts, as long as you're near an enemy, which you will be. A couple of arm mods, Bolstering Detonation, going to grant class ability when you cause damage with a grenade. Really good overall, but really good for your Prismatic. A couple of grenade kickstarts to boost your damage up. My stats are absolutely perfect, so I'm going to farm a bit more Sage Armor out later. You could also run Powerful Attractions to pick up orbs, or a couple of Bomber mods just to boost it out. I'll leave a dim link for this particular build, and I will also leave a link to Duck Q's video on how he explains this a bit more in depth if you want to see the Sage Armor. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.